Today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to make hard cider very simple with 7 things. Okay, you need 7 things to make hard cider, okay? We're gonna start by showing you the most obvious of those 7 things. First, you're gonna need juice. I would highly suggest that you stick to 100% juice, okay? Everything's gonna have a little concentrate. Look at this, I'm using Kroger 100% juice, okay? I've used this plenty of times, won awards with it. It's perfectly good juice, okay? I would say opt for probably no more than 6. That'll be 6 gallons. I opted for 5, and I'll talk about why in the next video. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, you're gonna want a fermenting bucket. What makes that different than any other bucket, Swan? Well, I'll show you. Come on. All right, guys, seriously, it's literally just a bucket, like same looking buckets that you get at Home Depot. This one's called the brew pail. Doesn't have to be. Actually, I probably stole this from my buddy anyway. Sorry, Graham. So you got a bucket. What makes it a fermenting bucket is mostly the lid. The lid has a hole in it, a little rubber stopper there. And we're gonna talk about what that's for later, okay? So you're gonna need the bucket and the lid, all right? That's number 2. Number 3, you're gonna need sanitizer, okay? You gotta be able to clean everything, okay? You can get one of these. You can get a lot smaller one if you're not gonna brew as often as I do. You can get that at any local beer brewing store. There's powdered kinds. I personally use the Star Sand. Star Sand's nice and easy. Kind of pump it up here. 1 ounce does 5 gallons, guys, all right? Which brings me to the actual sprayer of the sanitizer, okay? You're gonna have to put it in here with some water, shake it up a little bit, boom, you got sanitizer, okay? All right, that's the 4th thing. The 5th thing is you're going to have yeast, all right? I'm using dry brewing yeast. I like to make really, really, really dry cider, kind of an English style. I don't like it too sweet, okay? Number 6, you will need this little nifty thing. This is called an airlock. You will have to have this, okay? You cannot make it without this. Technically speaking, you could, but don't, all right? Don't. You're gonna need an airlock. Looks like this. I'll explain how to use that later on in the video, okay? And last but not least, the 7th thing that you need. A fucking beverage. Gotta have a beverage, Chad. Can't be making no cider without a beverage. That's delicious. I'm doing my favorite. Modelo and Tahini rim. Love it. All right. Disclaimer, you do not actually have to drink to make cider. The 7th thing was supposed to be fun. Keep up, guys. Keep up. All right. Okay. Those are all 7 things that you need. The joke 7. All 6 things that you need to start making your cider. Now I'm going to actually show you how to make it. Okay, my friends. If you're still here, that means that you lived through the first part of the video telling you what you need to make cider. I'm fucking proud of you. This part of the video is called prep. And it's exactly that. It's not rocket surgery here, guys. This part of the video is probably easier than actual fermentation or listing out the ingredients themselves. Prep is extremely easy. It is literally cleaning a few things, and I'm gonna go over that right now, okay? Ah, delicious. All right, guys, quick disclaimer. I'm not gonna be showing you exact measurements, I'm not gonna be showing you exact measurements on how to make your bottle of sanitizer because I already had mine made and I don't wanna waste it. But you get 1 ounce to 5 gallons. This little portion right here, this little spot right there where you can pump the sanitizer up the side, that is gonna be 1 ounce. 1 ounce makes 5 gallons. Me personally, I do not typically make 5 gallons of sanitizer. This will go quite a long ways, okay? So, just a little bit of math, guys. You can look here, you can see where the half mark is at on the bottom. You can see where they've got these nice little 5, 15, 30 indentions. What that means is if this bottle is 32 ounces and this is gonna make 5 gallons in just this little square right here, I only need a few drops, okay? Literally. So you put a few drops in here, get some nice clean water in there, shake it up. You've got yourself some perfectly good sanitizer. All right, now I'm gonna show you what to do with it. We are going to sanitize everything, starting with ourselves. We are dirty, filthy human beings. All right, since we got it right here, we'll start with the airlock, okay? We're gonna take the top off there. Airlocks are 3 pieces. These airlocks are 3 pieces, excuse me. The lid, the inside chamber, and the full body, all right? So, spray these pieces out. Okay. Kind of air dry these a little bit. Now guys, I want to make this very clear. This stuff is not the hand sanitizer that you guys are using, okay? Not the stuff that they've been promoting all over the place for COVID-19 and to sanitize your hands and all the stuff in the bathroom. This is food grade, dish safe sanitizer, okay guys? We're not going to rinse it off. It is totally fine. We're not leaving a big old puddle anywhere, but having a little bit of a sanitizer on there is totally perfectly fine, okay? We're going to hit the lid nice and good. Okay, air dry that out a little bit. It's my own OCD that I don't like big puddles on my stuff, but again, the sanitizer being on there, the residuals, is not going to harm anything, okay? We're not going to rinse it off. After the sanitizer hits it, it's nice and clean, okay? We're not going to add anything else to it. Give this bucket a nice spray down, bottom, around the lid and the rim. All right. And again, I don't like to leave big puddles in there, but that's strictly my own OCD. You're not going to harm anything. Okay. See that? No big puddle or anything like that. Still obviously wet. It's the sanitizer, and we're going to leave it there. It's totally fine. Okay. You have successfully made it through the prep stage of making cider. I'm proud of you. Next up, we're going to show you how to actually start the fermentation process. Okay, we all made it to the final step of the beginning process of making your cider. This video focuses on what you're gonna need, how you're gonna prep it, and how you're gonna get the fermentation process started. My next video will show how to get the cider into a keg and get it drinkable. For this last part of this video, I am quite literally going to put that juice into that bucket, put the yeast on it, then I'm going to put the airlock in the lid and put the lid on there. That's it. Let me show you how. Okay, watch out for flies and stuff, guys. Not gonna kill anything, don't worry, but you do want to keep everything that you can outside of your bucket. So we're going to do this really fast. I apologize if this is a real quick part of the video. We've got our juice in here. We can see that our yeast is starting to come alive. The package is getting a little fat there. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but you want to have your yeast out a couple minutes before you start going. It's really hot out here, so I didn't think I'd need a full half hour or an hour. It's been out here for, 15 minutes or so. You want to let it acclimate a little bit out of the fridge because that's where we're storing it, is in the fridge until now. Gonna open it up. We were thinking about it. There we go. All right. We're gonna pour that slowly right in the middle. All that yeast out of the bag. We're gonna set that bad boy down, put our lid on. Make sure it's snapped in all directions. We're going to take the airlock, and you've got pretty much 3 options here. An experienced brewer may tell you you've got more, but on a very simple level, you basically got 3. You can use just water, you can use sanitizer water, or you can use cheap vodka, sea ice. Ah, that's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. It's perfect. Oh, it's awful. All right. I will be 100% real with you guys. I don't know the gigantic difference in why you would put something different in your airlock. You are basically trying to keep oxygen out, okay? So it's going to allow it to come out of this vessel right here. I have not had good experience with water. It seems to get very, very foamy, and the fermentation process can get really gross inside of this thing and becomes a pain in the ass to clean. Sanitizer water seems to work just fine, but I have had the best luck with cheap vodka. Cheap vodka, fill it up to the fill line right there in the middle. You'll see it. It's really hard because it's see-through plastic, but right there in the middle. Put it right to the fill line. Put the cap on. And that little hole in the top of the lid that we talked about earlier, you are going to put that down and kind of squeeze that in there nice and tight. The little stalk that comes at the bottom, I try to get about half of that inside. I know some of y'all are thinking some dirty thoughts. You better stop it. Get that out of your fucking brain hole. We're making cider right now. We're not being dirty. All right, guys. So you can see this is our finished product of the beginning of making cider. We have got to the fermentation process. Now we are going to take this. We are going to put it in a spare bedroom, in a closet, somewhere kind of out of sight, out of mind. We're going to keep it away from the animals and our kids and things like that, somewhere where it can stay close to room temperature. If we have experienced brewers watching this, I assure you they will have something to say about this. Yes, there is a perfect temperature to brew everything. But for this simple training video to make good, drinkable cider that I have personally won multiple awards with this exact bucket and this exact recipe and these exact juice boxes, we are going to make a really good, drinkable, easy beginning cider. And if we can keep this as close to room temperature as possible, somewhere around 70, we are going to be A-okay, all right? We're going to be just fine. We're not going to worry about a lagering fridge or anything like that right now. This yeast can do just fine around room temperature. It's going to make us a nice, dry apple cider. We're going to leave it in this bucket for 2 weeks. Today is Thursday the 5th. So 2 Thursdays from now, we're going to take this and we're going to make our next video about how to put it into a keg and get it drinkable. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you subscribe, give me a retweet, check us out on Twitter. Make sure you look at my Twitch channel, and all love is appreciated, guys. Thank you so much for taking time to watch my video. Swanny's out.